So I'm Sherry Mosley, in case you don't know. I'm here in Sausalito, California, and I do shamanic Akashic record work, Akashic Enlightenment, which is what we'll be using today to connect with our Aqualorians. And the Aqualorians are a ninth density frequency extraterrestrial being community that I met in Mount Shasta. And they came in saying, oh, it's time to celebrate coming into this new energy, and they're going to provide us a lot of support to really face a lot of the new stuff that we are facing right now. And we're still in a Venus retrograde while we're doing this, as well as a Mercury retrograde that has just started. So both of these are kind of slowing things down so that we can kind of take a breath, especially with the full moon that's coming up, and so that we can get reoriented as we're starting off a lot of new chapters, or maybe we're just kind of settling in from a lot of change, right? So every soul is on their own path with this, and so some are experiencing more change than others, and in different areas, right? So it all takes a lot of energy to do this, though. So we did the Metatron golden light body encodings at the end of the year to get everybody aligned with the new energy that is here, because there is a lot of new energy that is available. There is a new, what I've been calling like a new ceiling of where the energy is now in terms of the frequency of new earth. And so it also takes a lot of energy for us to raise our vibration to these new frequencies that are available, which is beautiful that we've made it here and that we're connecting to these new frequencies. But it also just takes a lot of energy. And sometimes we have a lot to do in the material realm, as well as while we're digesting and transforming internally. So it can just be a lot, which is why we're doing these sessions. So we'll be running the Aqualorian Crystalline Light Healing, doing these in 30-minute sessions for this Friday and the next 2 Fridays. All right, and our first one that we're going to be doing today is we're going to be focusing on revitalizing, which I know we would all appreciate, especially in our winter season, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere. And then next week, we'll do one to just cleanse and refresh all of the energy bodies. And then the final one will be to realign you with deep peace as well as prosperity, right? So we're really moving out of self-worth issues or fear with the new energies, right? So with the new energies, there's a new definition of, or more trust required for abundance, because as things are shifting, certain things are becoming destabilized. And so then that's what we're using all of our energy to reorganize everything. But we really want to be able to stay centered and in that trust of prosperity and abundance while we do that. And we also want to clear out anything, any baggage. We don't need to bring our baggage along with us, right? And so with these transmissions, we generally are focusing on the 3 dantian, is what they're called in Chinese medicine. So we're focusing on the upper dantian, or you could say the center of the mind, the consciousness. We're focusing on the heart space, right? This is how we then materialize what comes usually down through the crown into the center of the mind, and we materialize it with the heart space, this middle dantian. And then the lower dantian is just below the belly button, about like 3 or 4 fingers below the belly button. And this is our will center. And this really gives us the fuel and the energy to anchor in and move forward, take action. So when we run these energies, we are connecting to these energy fields, or what we call the immortal elixirs. And Qigong also really is focusing on these elixirs, as well as, they use movements in order to fortify the qi. But we're connecting to the energy bodies, the main elixirs in the body, as well as then those that are above the head. Okay, and that's where we bring in that higher consciousness, and then what I call the trickle down, right? We're accessing the upper chakra areas and infusing them with this higher knowledge or energy, right? So today we're doing revitalization. So we're bringing in chi and prana that is then going to fill our energy fields, right? And then it will come all the way down into the etheric or the physical body, right? Is where the acupuncture meridians are and the points. And we're doing this by connecting to, the higher energy bodies and then allowing it to come in from that point. So you could call it super qigong today, at least for the revitalization, because we're really focusing on, bringing in that chi. But then I'm sure there's going to be an aspect that comes in that's allowing us to stop processing and setting aside things that are already taken care of. We can get into these patterns of trying to figure out everything in our minds, in our heads. And really, everything is already set and in place. And we really, when we go deep within, we're then able to hear, listen, and know where it is that we need to move next or take the next action, instead of the overthinking, processing, trying to maybe figure it out 5 steps ahead. And really, we need to come back to the present moment and see what that next step is. And then that next step will unfold the next highest timeline, probability after that, right? But again, we need to also be centered and have our chi resourced. So in Chinese medicine, when we don't have our chi fully vital and resourced, we're not able to ground ourselves. And there's a sense of maybe becoming flighty, maybe becoming anxious, right? You're just constantly doing. It's hard to stop and take a breath and then move forward with whatever task it is that you need to do from that conscious place, right? And so this revitalization will also help us with that. Herbs, acupuncture, all of that is great as well. But today we're focusing on the energy healing with the Aqualorians, and their frequencies are very high frequency, right? And so the energies run very smoothly and very quickly. And again, you'll be able to replay this as many times as you want, right? You can add it to your morning meditation if you want to use it to kind of revitalize yourself, or if you've had an exhausting day, right? Because you had to do a lot, then you could try listening to it then as well. I don't know what would happen if you do it right before bed. It may, sometimes you revitalize yourself in order to get grounded before sleep. So it could potentially also be good for that as well. All right, let me just get a sip of water here. All right, so it's fairly straightforward, today's session. So I think we can go ahead and start getting ready to do the session. So the way this is going to go, you can receive this as an energy healing and laying down on your couch or on the floor or bed, whatever's comfortable. Or if you want to stay seated, you can, just make sure that your arms and legs are uncrossed so the energy can flow. And make sure the spine is straight. If you want to sit in a meditation pose, I wouldn't do that for this one. If you're sitting, have feet flat on the floor, all right? Because we just don't want all the meridian channels crossing and bunched up while we're revitalizing the chi, since we're focusing a lot on the physical, more than we usually do. So go ahead and put yourself in that open, receiving, everything flowing position. And you can have your phone or a journal to take notes in afterwards. And I don't think there may not be, a lot of guidance that comes in with this one, except maybe for stepping out of patterns that aren't serving you, that are draining your chi, right? So there may just be an awareness of that, or maybe visions of understanding how to more clearly do what it is you need to do. So you may want to take notes on that. Or, some people just have a very busy experience, either having a lot of energy that you want to note down what your experience is, what you're feeling, or what you're seeing clairvoyantly. All right, and you can go ahead and write that down as well.